Have you ever noticed how silence can suddenly feel louder after someone walks away? Not because of what they said, but because of everything they'll never say again. Every woman, at some point in her life, faces a quiet moment of realization. That deep, painful ache when she looks back at a man she once ignored, dismissed, or let go, and suddenly understands what she lost. Not because he begged, not because he fought to stay, but because he finally stopped trying. That's when the regret begins. And it's not the kind of regret you can post about. It's the kind that keeps you awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering how something that felt so secure slipped through your fingers. Welcome to Mind Hack Stoic, where we don't just talk about emotions, we decode them. You see, when a woman realizes a man isn't chasing anymore, something shifts inside her. At first, she feels relief. She tells herself it's freedom. She posts about peace, self-growth, new beginnings. But deep down, she can't ignore that one question echoing in her mind. Why does it feel empty? Because what she really lost wasn't control, it was connection. She didn't lose attention. She lost emotional safety. That rare energy a man gives when his love is pure, grounded, and calm. Most men don't understand this shift. They think she moved on because she found someone better. They assume she stopped caring, that she outgrew them. But that's not the truth. The truth is, she stopped caring because she thought you always would. Women get comfortable with consistency. When you always text first, when you forgive fast, when you never let her feel the consequences of her actions, she starts to believe you'll never leave. That illusion of permanence kills appreciation. She begins to think your presence is guaranteed. But nothing in this world is guaranteed, especially the heart of a man who gives deeply and expects honesty in return. And then one day, something changes. You stop chasing. You stop explaining. You stop waiting. You stop giving her the access she took for granted. You don't block her. You don't fight. You simply go silent. And that silence becomes the loudest message she'll ever hear. Because your absence now speaks with more strength than your words ever did. That's when she starts to miss you, not just your presence, but your peace. The calm energy you carried when she was losing control. The patience you showed when she tested your limits. The quiet love that asked for nothing but respect. At first she won't admit it. She'll tell her friends she's fine, that she's focusing on herself. But late at night, when the noise fades, she starts to scroll through old photos. She watches your stories. She looks for signs that you still care. But all she sees is growth. You've changed. You've become sharper, calmer, stronger. You're not trying to prove anything anymore. You're not bitter. You've evolved. And that's what hurts her most, because she didn't expect your healing to look this powerful. Women don't regret losing men who beg for attention. They regret losing men who loved them sincerely, but refused to be disrespected. Because that kind of man is rare. A man who leads with patience but walks away with dignity. That's unforgettable. And her regret doesn't show up in big gestures. It shows up in small, quiet ways. In the "Hey, how have you been" messages. In the late-night likes on your posts. In the sudden curiosity about your life. She's not looking for love. She's looking for validation. She wants to know she still matters. But she doesn't realize the man she knew is gone. You're not waiting anymore. You're walking in peace. And here's the twist. When you stop chasing, your silence becomes her mirror. It reflects all the ways she took your love for granted. She remembers the way you listened without interrupting, the way you made her feel safe, not because you were weak, but because you were steady. And now, every new man she meets gets compared to the memory of you. The way you spoke, the way you carried yourself, the way you stayed loyal even when she doubted you. She might not say it out loud, but she feels it. Because real masculine energy doesn't fade, it leaves an imprint. She starts replaying memories in her mind. Moments she once dismissed as ordinary now feel sacred. The sound of your laugh, the look in your eyes, the calm tone in your voice when she was angry. She realizes no one else gives her that feeling. And that's when regret turns into obsession. Not the kind she admits publicly, the quiet kind. The kind that hides behind a confident smile but bleeds through her silence. She stalks your profile, but never interacts. She plays songs that remind her of you but skips them halfway through. She'll tell herself it's nostalgia, but deep down, it's loss. The kind of loss that time doesn't heal because it's tied to identity. You didn't just walk away from her. You walked away from the version of herself that only existed when she was with you. Men, listen carefully. When you choose peace over proving yourself, when you replace chasing with building, when you stop explaining your worth, something magical happens. You become the man she can't forget. Because you've done what most don't, you've turned pain into power. You stopped reacting and started evolving, and now your silence teaches the lesson her ego never allowed her to learn. That love isn't a game, respect isn't optional, and once a good man is done, he's done for good. There's always a moment when her pride meets her punishment. Maybe it's months later, maybe years, but it always comes. She sees you somewhere, online, in person, or through a friend, and she barely recognizes you. You're not the man she left. You're the man she inspired through pain. You're focused, grounded, peaceful. And that's when the weight of her choices finally lands. Not because you hate her, but because you no longer need her. She realizes she didn't just lose love. She lost access to your energy, your leadership, your presence. That's what truly breaks her. And here's the beauty of it all. Your growth isn't revenge. It's revelation. You didn't change to make her regret you. You changed because you found yourself. You stopped trying to prove your worth to someone who couldn't see it and started becoming the man who doesn't need to explain it. That's the transformation that every person who ever doubted you will have to witness in silence. So, if you've ever been taken for granted, remember this. Your silence is not weakness. It's wisdom. Your peace is your power. And your growth is the greatest closure you'll ever get. Because the man who learns to walk alone doesn't walk lonely. He walks free. This is Mind Hack Stoic, and if this message resonated with you, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and share it with someone who needs this reminder tonight. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't proving them wrong. It is becoming so right with yourself that they can't even recognize the man they once took for granted.